up and good afternoon, guys? Welcome back to another video. So we're on video 3 of the Ryno Ranch guest house project, and today, we technically have a little bit more demo to do, but we're gonna start doing things that's gonna like progress us forward. And the main thing we're knocking out today is what's sitting over here. You can see we've got all of our recessed lighting that's gonna be going in the kitchen, the living room, the hallway. Hopefully you're not getting dizzy. Can't really put one right here, but I think we'll be all right. And then the bedroom is gonna get some as well. Then we gotta do some demo in this area. We gotta pull out some drywall to be able to run the new water lines, as well as the drains for the kitchen sink, as well as all the electrical that's gonna go in the backsplash. But before we start making a bigger mess in here, since the floor space is kind of open, I'm gonna take advantage of this time to actually lay out where my lighting is gonna go and start cutting all my holes in the ceiling. Now I've opted to go with the super easy slimline retrofit recessed lights. I like these things. These aren't the exact model that I used in the gym. These are a little bit cheaper version. These ones don't allow you to actually change the color of the lighting, but I think in this guest house, I think we'll be okay. The reason I like these is instead of having to put a big old retrofit box in, you literally just slide that bad boy up in the drywall and you're good. They make some actually thinner than this, but you can see we're talking maybe 2 inches, 2.5 inches right there of thickness, which comes in handy if you're putting lights in a spot like this, where you can see you've got some plywood up in the attic above the space that you're gonna be going into, so you'd either have to like unscrew all that plywood and move it, or try and cut a hole through it, which is a pain in the butt. But with these slimline ones, they'll literally just fit right there. We fish our wire through and we're good to go. I'm gonna opt to do all my layout on the ground here, which is much easier than trying to hold a tape measure up in the air, especially when you're by yourself. Now we're gonna do that by using my handy dandy Bosch laser here. So all you need to do is, we'll see this in action, but we'll be doing our layout on the ground. We'll switch this over to dot mode, and then you can see it marks the dot on the ground. So say we measure out, every light's gonna be 4 foot off of that wall or whatever. You put your little X right there. Put your dot on the X, and then it'll shoot it directly up to the ceiling and tell you exactly where your hole needs to go. Again, much easier to do your layout on the ground than it is to try and like hold a tape measure 4 foot off that wall, 6 foot off that wall to try and get your crosshair and know where to drill. So right now I've got the laser line running up to the ceiling, and this is essentially the backside of the cabinets and the little peninsula that we're gonna build out here with the seating area. Up here in the ceiling though, there's gonna be 2 pendant lights that come up over top of the countertop. So we're gonna essentially call this kind of the edge of this room and go over. And this is the mark we're gonna use to like equally divide up where we're putting the lights. Now obviously this fan is not center, especially considering we took out this closet that used to be here, but it kind of really wasn't center even if you went to where that closet was. Yeah, this fan, it's either gonna completely go away or it's gonna move. I haven't decided yet. I like a clean look without fans. I'm not a big ceiling fan guy. To me, it's just a quick, cheap, easy way to put lights in a room is to throw a ceiling fan in. That's why most people do it. The one in the kitchen is for sure coming out. I don't like ceiling fans in kitchens, not my thing. So that one's for sure getting abandoned. And then we're gonna do 4 lights in there, 6 lights in here, 4 lights in the bedroom. So just ran around and did my preliminary layout here, but we still have to make sure that we're not gonna hit any framing in the ceiling, because obviously if there's a 2x4 running that way, you can't really put a light there. We don't wanna cut any of the trusses out. So you'll see I've gone ahead and marked basically a crosshair everywhere that there's gonna be a light. So again, 6 lights in here. We did find out that this wall is not quite square with this wall, or parallel I should say. So we had to fudge things just a little bit. And remember, it's always better that your eye sees straight versus a tape measure seeing straight when it comes to like stuff like this. The other thing is I kept my lights 2.5 feet off of the wall right here. I was originally gonna go 3, but if I'm gonna end up keeping a ceiling fan, you don't want the ceiling fan blades to be anywhere near under the light, otherwise you're gonna get a strobe effect. Every time those fan blades spin around, it's gonna start to strobe on the ground with the shadows. There's still a chance we're gonna get that because this room is so small, but we're gonna try to minimize that as much as we can. So now all we have to do is kick it back into our dot mode here. Put our dot right on our crosshair, just like so. That marks the spot. Again, that light's gonna be going, so don't worry about like how things look weird right now, because we're gonna fix all that. Now, these aren't my favorite hole saws to use when it comes to cutting can lights in, but this is all I had in my truck, so this is what we're gonna use. And we'll do a little double check, make sure nothing has changed. We are, where's our widest point there? We're 6 inches to the widest point. I like to leave these just a hair small so that these boogers fit tight. Here's a little handy trick, if I can get this magnet off. If you don't have a stud finder, this right here can be your best friend, and I suggest you guys invest in a couple of these. Get some magnets with a good sized hole in it. The countersink little bit there helps, and I'll tell you why. So if you don't have a stud finder on you, this bad boy will find every screw in the drywall. So if you come over, so you'll basically hit on every screw head, and the hole helps to kind of center you on the screw head. You know, as long as the guy that installed the drywall was halfway decent, the screws are gonna be exactly where a stud is. So you'll know if you're sliding along the wall here, and you're looking, just wait for it to grab, and it grabs right there. You know that should be about center of the stud. So it'd probably be safe to say the stud goes about right there. Is it 100% accurate? No, but either are most stud finders, but that's enough to kind of get you what you need to know. And I'm actually gonna use this up in the ceiling because the framing in the ceiling's super simple. I mean, you can see kind of our trusses just run this way. So as long as we hit in between, we should be good. Ooh, all right, that's gonna be a close one, guys. So we're gonna assume our ceiling framing's right there, which means by the time we put that light in, this one's probably gonna be an issue. We can double check somewhere over here. And granted, I can already see where they screwed this drywall in, which is pretty much center right there. So we might need to shift this booger over probably about 2 inches or so just to be safe. So I went ahead and drilled my first one. I basically shifted over 1.5 inches from where my original mark was. And just to kind of show you guys how accurate the old magnet trick is, you can see right there is our framing. Boom. And that's pretty much exactly where I marked it, assuming again that screw was center. This is one of my favorite techniques. Got this idea from Dave a long time ago, and he kind of gave everybody like a handful of these rare earth magnets, and they work great. 5 more holes to cut here, then 4, then 4 more. Now we've essentially got the living room section done with our 6 can lights here. I went back and forth on the layout in the kitchen. I thought maybe I should just run 3 down the center because it's such a small space to try and cram 4 in there and still get the light where you need to be and still be far enough away from the center point here. I've marked out where the peninsula is gonna go. So center of that line right there is gonna be the pendant lights hanging down. So I didn't want anything to kind of interfere with it, but should work out just fine. Should be plenty of light on the sink that's gonna be right here, the pantry cabinet that'll be on the other side of the fridge, and then inside here where there's gonna be another row of cabinets, we're gonna soft it down, bring the ceiling down a little bit, and there'll be 2 more 4-inch lights that shine down on the cooktop. So we're gonna have plenty of light in this tiny space. You can already see I put 1 more light bulb in this fan right here, and it's actually a decent amount of light in here. You know, I like things super bright. So no matter what we add, it's gonna be a heck of an upgrade from what it is right now. Now in this bedroom, we have to remember, we can't just pull off of that wall and then pull off of this wall and kind of figure out where we wanna put our lights, because we are going to be building a closet right here. And I've kind of gone ahead and marked it on the ground, so we're gonna come out at a 45, that way it doesn't like clog up the little entrance right here. So the closet will kind of 45 there and then go into the wall. So now that we've got all of the holes in the ceiling done, I'm gonna move ahead over to the kitchen area. I've got my laser just set up just so I have a level line at about 4 feet. I'm gonna take all the drywall out from there down. And that's gonna leave us room to run our outlets that are gonna be in the backsplash, run the outlets for the fridge, as well as run all the plumbing for the sinks. Now that we've got all that opened up, the plumbers are ready to run all their stuff. Last step for the night here, what we're gonna be doing is getting ready to get rid of this pedestal sink, which is under a window, which makes no sense because you can't have a little vanity mirror or anything. So I'm gonna end up putting a 30-inch vanity up against this wall, and there's obviously plenty of room for it. There's tons of floor space in this bathroom. I think at this point I've opted to not redo this shower for a couple of reasons. One, it's gonna end up being about $2 grand, give or take, just to put in a 3-piece shower stall. Currently, not worth the money. I'm not trying to blow my budget on this place. So that's something that can always be done later, and it's not that big of a deal, especially with the flooring that we're gonna go with in here. We can always pull the flooring up, redo the shower, and then kind of put the flooring back in, and you'll never know that this was changed out. But for now, we can't leave the pedestal sink here. I hate pedestal sinks. There was a little corner shelf thing here because pedestal sinks suck in terms of like never being able to put anything anywhere. A whole vanity is gonna end up going here. but we got to be able to open the wall up because we want to move the outlets to the vanity as well as be able to move our water line and our drain line. I'm gonna use my stud finder trick here. It's got to be a stud somewhere. All right, so it's right on that side of the outlet. So I'm just gonna chase this side. There's no need to go further to deal with like getting up to the door jamb or anything like that. Now when you're doing something like this, you don't ever want to just like hog your Sawzall in all the way and try and make that cut. We know there's electrical in here somewhere. It's probably running straight up. But you basically want to go just the depth of the drywall, just in case there's plumbing in the wall, electrical in the wall. You don't ever want to cut it with your Sawzall when you're just trying to cut drywall out. So I like to come in at an angle and just barely work my blade in there till I'm about the thickness of the drywall, which is, it's about a 1/2 inch right there. All right, let's see what's behind door number 1. Now this is the wall we're gonna have to be careful of. We know we got electrical in here. It probably shoots that way. There is water in here, which I'm assuming hopefully came down that way and shot over. Let's get our water lines disconnected here. Now to get this thing disconnected from the wall. It's heavily caulked on. At this point, it's just trash. There we go. All right. That actually came off easier than I thought it would. Let's get this booger out of here. Oh, I like the shim right there to keep the pipes from moving. Instead of putting in some blocking to securely attach the pipe to properly, they just shoved a little shim in there. So, good news is, everything looks pretty easy to move here. Again, we're gonna move the electrical. We're probably gonna be doing a whole lot of stuff with the panel there, so we'll talk about that in some other videos. I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. We get everything cleaned up here and we'll jump back on it in the morning. So, see you guys in the morning. Alrighty, y'all, we are back. Morning 2 here. Today has been consisting of chasing Bubbles out of the... Bubbles, come on, buddy. You gotta get out of the guest house, bro. I know. Things have changed since you've probably been in here. I don't know how long ago it's been. Yep, that's a Milwaukee toolbox, Bubbles. There we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. All the way outside this time. All the way outside. No, don't. Oh man, that's bad luck, Bubbles. That's bad luck. You really want to stay in here, don't you? Bubbles just wants to help. Bubbles, no, we can't go back to the garage, Bubbles. Now we've got Kava and Abel inside, flushing out the stem wall with the drywall. That way when we go to put baseboard in later, everything flushes up and it looks nice. Outside here though, this is like the next big step and most important step is, if you remember, we're adding a kitchen and we're adding laundry hookups. So the problem with that is we need to tie everything into the septic system, which we're also going to be upgrading. We'll talk about that in a second here. But one of the ways we could do that is we can cut the concrete slab inside, channel it all the way to the bathroom. We'd have to tear up either the toilet and or the shower, tie in to the sewer there, and then that'll run out to the septic system. I'd rather not do that. We've got all this open space outside to like run around the house. So to do that though, we gotta be able to get outside of the building and into like this dirt. And to me, we're gonna go with the easiest and path of least resistance. So, laundry room's gonna be right on the other side of this here window. Kitchen sink is right on the other side of that window. So what we're thinking is we're gonna run down the wall, we're gonna stub out somewhere here as well as here. We're gonna tie these two in together, and then we're gonna get out past the concrete, run alongside there, and the septic system's in the front of the house over there. So, we could do what some people do, and you just cut a channel, and you cut a channel, and then you patch the concrete in. I personally hate that. Patches never match, they never look right. And don't even get me started on homeowners that want to extend their driveway like 2 feet, and instead of ripping out the entire driveway, they just pour a strip on the side. That never matches. And then sometimes they let the contractor talk them into being like, well, it's only a little strip, you know, let's go all out. Let's do some colored concrete and some stamp work. And then you got stamp colored concrete strips on the side of like a gray concrete driveway. It's my biggest pet peeve in concrete. Like, can't stand seeing that. It looks horrible. I totally get if you just like need the extra space, you don't care what your house looks like, but if you care what your house looks like, please tear the entire driveway out and don't just put little strips. But regardless, so I'm trying to come up with a way here on how to get the plumbing out of the building into the ground without having like strips cut in here that we're gonna have to patch. And I think I've got a good idea. And that is, we're gonna basically cut probably about 2 feet off of the wall here, come all the way over to where this window is. Then we're gonna remove that concrete. From there, we're gonna now call this area a planter box. And then we'll tunnel under the remaining concrete right here to get our drain line out past the concrete. Now, our original septic system runs underneath this plywood right here. It's a 110 gallon system, which for one bathroom that periodically got used, it worked. But if we're gonna be running a washing machine as well as a kitchen sink and all that, we're gonna upgrade this to probably a 500 gallon system. Well, guys, we're getting that cut out. We're gonna jump in the Mini X here, and sorry if the sound gets weird. I still haven't bought a new camera. We're still rolling off the GoPro, and anytime the wind picks up, it like muffles the sound on the GoPro of an already muffled microphone on GoPros. So bear with me, guys, bear with me. We'll be getting a new camera soon. And I gotta say, I still don't understand this old style of fence. Like, do you assemble these things, then set it in the ground to set it in place? Because there's like no way to pull these apart without spreading the posts. Yeah, apparently this old technology is smarter than me, so I just hit it with the Mini X, because that's all coming out eventually. Abajo de concreto aquí. Oh, jeez. Okay, guys, well, we got 2 new inhabitants to Ryno Ranch today. This is the first one. This one, we don't want this one. That's a, yeah, I'd show you the size there. That's a big spider. Oh, no happy. Más feliz. Ponle con los gallos. ¿Con los gallos? Sí. Eat the spider. Eat the spider. And man, y'all just stepped right over him. You stepping on him. You're supposed to eat him, not step on him. You just gonna crush him? Somebody eat him. We're gonna pretend there's not a giant dinosaur right there. Yeah, get him. Yeah, get him. Get him. Get him. Yeah. Well, now everybody wants him because he got him. All right, guys, well, the chickens took care of our first new inhabitant at Ryno Ranch. Let me introduce you guys to our newest one. What's up, little guy? Hi, buddy. So this guy and or girl, I think it's a girl, and her friend, I noticed all the donkeys were super on edge. And then I saw her and her friend, who's a much bigger dog, kind of running around in our field. The donkeys actually did a really good job of running them off, and donkeys are herd protecting animals. I wish they did a better job with coyotes, but they actually ran both the dogs off, and I went to go make sure the dogs like went off the property so they didn't try and get the goats or anything like that. And well, this one had hidden somewhere, and she popped out when she saw me drive by, so she came over and very, very friendly. So she did not have that collar on when we found her. We ended up putting a collar on her, and she's kind of hanging out in the garden here. We put an APB out to the neighborhood, and hopefully we find her owner, because as cute as she is, not ready for any more dogs at the ranch. Now Abel and Chava went ahead and got the concrete planter broke out, and I decided to go with this look instead of putting a small one underneath each window. I thought it would just look goofy, and then we're tunneling twice. It wasn't worth it. So I think by the time this is all planted, we can actually like maybe do like a feature wall right here on the back side of the planter, just kind of like go in between the windows. Haven't really thought that far ahead, but this will give us plenty of access to get our drains out, and then we're gonna run an LP line coming in. So actually have right here is where we're gonna stub out the propane line, just as like a just in case later on down the road, if we ever want to switch over, you know, water heater or whatever. Currently everything in the house is electric, but I'd rather do it now while we have the walls open versus later where we have to cut drywall again to do this later. And then I started my trench here. So obviously LP is going to go in first, and then we'll run our sewer drain up at a much higher elevation, because obviously we got to get fall out. We obviously need to start higher here, and then the drain pipe needs to slowly gradually fall and then tie into the septic over there. So I got myself wedged in this tree a little bit. I don't want this tree scratching everything, so I'm gonna chop that limb off right there and then continue to reach as far as I can with the Mini X out this way to trench all the way to the septic system. So we're gonna pull up some of these brick here, because obviously we got a trench straight across there. Some? Remove it all. Remove it all? You don't like this? But it's nice to have right now to like wheelbarrow stuff in and out. I mean, until we put a big old trench in the middle of it. Yeah. All right. Throw some concrete. I mean, we're gonna eventually put concrete in here. Our Papi. ¿Quieren estes? So I went ahead and got the bricks pulled out there, and again, fighting one of these stupid fences. So these have to be like assembled, tightened, and then like compacted around each post. There's no way to pull these things apart once they're in, other than spread them a little bit here. That barbed wire is probably not helping. We should cut that. Probably not a good idea now that it's under tension, but let's just hope it don't snap us. Okay, now we got a clear shot, got that limb out of the way. Let's dig as far as we can reach under this patio cover here. And I'm sure we're gonna find a bunch of roots right here. All right, y'all, well, we've pretty much got our entire trench, except for like a little hand cleaning that needs to get done, and then the last little bit over next to the septic system. Chava has pretty much tunneled completely under the concrete. We're about right there. They're gonna finish the rest tomorrow. This was my screw up. I created a little bit more work for us, but I should have entered over on that side, because that's the side that the gas line's gonna come into and like stub into the building. I mean that has to be a lot deeper than the sewer line. It should have just been over there so it was a straight shot, but for some reason that didn't even like register in my brain, and I'm like, oh, I'm being smart, we're gonna shoot straight in here. But it's all good. Just means we're gonna have to carry that depth all the way over to there. We'll get the gas line in, we'll bury that, and then we'll come back in with our drain lines from the washing machine as well as the sink. And then we'll let the plumbers do their things, getting their drains all the way out to the septic. All right, y'all, well, the guys are up at the ranch getting the plumbing trench dug. I've got the biggest ragtag group of construction workers here. We got this guy who's half asleep and wearing his work sandals.
You already know, so you know shit's gonna get done.
Yeah, we got this guy's broken. Half broken. How many 2x4x10s can we load up in that bad boy?
All of them. Well, I don't know. That thing's got a bum wheel and it took a while to get through.
That thing limps like you, dude.
Same one I got last time.
Oh, jeez. Can we hook up a rope and you just pull our cart around? There's nothing worse than coming to Home Depot and seeing like the last little remnants of crap that's already been picked through. These back ones are good though. Then we got to get this stack taken down above us.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you need more than that?
Yeah. Derek, I found the good pile, dude. What the? I didn't know they still... Dude, but if you're trying to make like a giant piece of bacon...
That's some wall art.
If you're trying to make a giant piece of bacon, that is it right there.
That is like... I'm sure all the DIYers are going to be like...
The sad thing is they're still trying to sell this for 85% off. So watch out for that guy, man. That guy don't know how to drive. Oh, jeez. He's gonna pull up. Now you're gonna get blocked again. Just give him a second. Right. Just by.
Channel 7 News here. Traffic update.
Hit your horn.
Yep.
Me. All right, y'all. So I am not a framer by trade. However, we're gonna use this opportunity to try out the new, well, not new, but it's been out for a minute. I don't own the Milwaukee framing nailer, so we've got the Milwaukee framing nailer. Unfortunately, they only had DeWalt nails, so we gotta work with what we got here.
I put a wall up once.
Oh yeah, you put a wall up once?
That qualifies me, right?
Oh yeah. Where do you start? Yeah, Derek, you're the...
About you unloading the truck. I can't work.
It's true.
First of all, we're gonna get all this out.
Yep, good idea. Good call, Derek.
We gotta make sure we
Hold on, we brought you back to the scene of crime, buddy.
Yeah. First of all, we gotta make sure, you know, we screw this up, make sure it's good, so that... Which way we doing first? We doing this wall out first and then that wall?
All I care about today is we frame out this back wall of the kitchen here so we can run our plumbing tomorrow when the plumber comes to run our gas line into here.
Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to get a snap line down, you know, measure out, make sure we're all square, looking good, snap our lines, you know, and then we need to start building some walls.
Yes, boss.
Obviously, we basically gotta tie into the rafters up there and make our top piece, our fake overhead, so that way when we put the wall up, we got something. Overhead? You know what I mean? That way blocking. Yeah, blocking. Okay. There we go. That way when we put the wall up, we got something to shoot it up into.
All right, y'all. Let's check out the new toy here.
I'll give you the full unboxing experience. By the way, we are not sponsored in any way by Milwaukee, but if you'd like to, go ahead.
So they only had the kit available. I didn't want the kit. I wanted the tool only, but for the price of the 5.0 battery, it ended up working out price-wise. Oh, go ahead. Great work, Vanna White.
So this is what you can expect, you know, when...
What?
We're gonna talk about that.
Did I just spit a pumpkin seed on the floor?
You just casually just like chewed it out of your mouth. You're like, yep. She got a little weight to her, but you know, I kind of like it. My arm's gonna get sore, but it's gonna feel good. Also available, extended capacity mag.
Ooh, that's illegal in California. You can't get that. All right, y'all, so we've got a mostly charged 5.0 here that came with this nailer. Grab some nails. We'll try it on this scrap board here. Oh, she got some punch to her.
Okay.
I'm about it, right? Well, let's
see,
put it
that
on.
Nails are almost the price of ammo. That's probably all I want to shoot.
Let's put it on bump fire here. Let's see.
Oh.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's nice. All right.
This thing's where it's at.
Cooking.
Yeah. 56.5. Yep.
6.5.
Derek's got our list over there. The guy in the chanclas is the list maker.
Y'all want to make fun of me, but I'm the one making out all the measurements.
Supervisor Chris.
What?
No, I'm just calling. I'm letting everybody know the rules. Oh, God, you can't slap a fly on your bad knee. Derek, you're a framer now.
Oh,
You learned over in Florida.
I learned a thing or two doing this.
Nice, buddy. Make sure you transfer your X. Transfer your X. Yep, there you go. All right.
The X I can't see.
No, I can see it just fine.
I'm glad you can, because I can't.
Well, you know, so we're gonna be out like 15 grand.
Come on.
I checked the records. You only made like 4 payments when you were living here.
Hold on, you're gonna start shooting.
Down for 4?
Yeah.
Hey, are they all crowned the same way?
Yes.
You didn't even look at one of them. All right, buddy. Now they're all crowned the same way. Handle it. Watch your fingers. Make sure it flushes out.
Yep.
All right. Oh, bro, no. Oh, dude.
What?
Don't keep your hand that close. Oh. You got a good doctor? Because this guy likes to put his hand right where the nail's going to come through. Bro, that's a bad spot for your hand.
Don't miss that
Sometimes you just gotta let them do the thing and let them learn the hard way.
I don't want to watch him learn the hard way. And he's firing all the nails like straight down. I don't think we should have signed up for the let Dedek pay off his debt by helping build this thing. I gotta say, I don't know if I'd want to frame a whole house with this bad boy, but
She ain't bad. I'll give you that.
ain't bad for what we're doing. What are you thinking, Chris? Want to put this wall up?
I think we should put this wall up.
Let's put this wall up.
What do you think?
I'll get this wall.
I think we should have Dedek throw this wall up.
Dedek,
Measured everything.
Dedek, you gonna throw this wall up?
I got this wall up.
All right, buddy. Look at this. You gonna stand it by yourself, bro? Should we get the crane? There we go. All right. Good work, buddy.
Where's my hand? Where's mine?
We're gonna redhead this booger in. So 3/8. That's 3/8.
Feels like
14 foot-pounds. Yep, 14 foot-pounds. I gotta say, guys, our old buddy Dedek here, really stepping up his game.
Wish I had a light.
Look at this guy. It's a little dark in here. GoPros hate night, so we only got this one fluorescent light above me that's lighting this place up, actually. So we've got our hallway wall up, or our back wall to our hallway, which is the side to our kitchen. Dedek's working on getting the back wall framed up right now. We're gonna stand that up into place. Obviously, we gotta put a bunch of blocking across the top right there. Hopefully this quality of the video doesn't suck as bad as it probably does right now, because GoPros suck at night. Chris, are we doing a good job? Not much, no, too much, way too much. Alrighty, y'all, well last night we got pretty much just that back wall of the kitchen finished up because we knew today we'd have the boys from Perry Plumbing out here to do all of our roughing. And it's a little bit bright and I don't have my sunglasses, so bear with me here. But we've got our sewer trench here all nice and cleaned up. Then over here, we're running the new gas line for the propane, because obviously we're switching this house over to propane now at this point. So that's gonna be running in this trench. I'm not exactly sure where the tank's gonna go, so for right now, we're just gonna stub it out there. We got the new flex line with the tracer wire on it coming up in here, which is gonna run up into the garage side right there. And then that's gonna be the drain coming out for the washing machine. Now on this side, you can see we've got the box going in. It's gonna be our water hookups as well as our drain line. Everything's gonna come down there. The gas line's gonna come in from there. It's gonna shoot up over top and drop down into our new back wall of the kitchen right there. We got El Jefe himself over here. Nate, what's up, buddy?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing our water lines and gonna be our drain line for the new kitchen sink that's gonna go here. How'd I do on getting everything cleaned up for you?
Oh, good.
Make it as easy as I can?
Yep.
Nothing's easy though.
Nothing's easy.
right, so Nate's getting the flexible gas line here fed down. I'm being a huge help right now.
Not the easiest stuff to work with.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's pretty thick.
Yeah.
Flexible is kind of like a loose term for this, huh? Jeez. Now, meanwhile over here, I've been putting in all the blocking up in basically this rafter bay, just because I know we keep talking about putting a wall here for a second bedroom, and we already kind of started framing out here for the second bedroom closet, so it's probably a good possibility that I'm just gonna end up framing that second bedroom now and just getting it out of the way. It's gonna be good to have, so I think we're probably gonna end up doing it. Now, over here, there was a lot of concerns the other day in the comment section on part 2 of this video about being able to get furniture into the bedroom because of this hallway situation that I'm putting in here. And trust me guys, there's plenty of room to come in at a 45 by the time we put this door in here that's gonna open this way to get any size furniture you want in there. Granted, you're gonna like beds come in pieces, mattresses will fit straight through there, and a dresser will fit just fine. It's not a giant, I think it ends up being about just a little over 11 foot by 11 foot. Plus you got a good sized closet, so I think it's gonna work out all right. Yeah, it's not that flexible, huh? All right, we're through. Cool. Coming. Now, Nate, I helped pull this. Am I a certified plumber yet?
Almost.
Almost?
Almost. Gotta do the connection and it can't leak.
Yeah, we'll leave that to you guys. Yeah, that's this for the professionals. Anything that can leak, I probably shouldn't touch. You need concrete, though. I got you, buddy. Are we still hiring? Should we let them know?
Yeah, we're still hiring.
Okay. If anybody out there is local, we ain't gonna pay to relocate you from Nebraska. Local, has a good work ethic. You guys will train, right?
We train.
They train?
Pay for your training.
Pay for your training.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna tell you what y'all make. Let me tell you, I'm contemplating going to work for these guys because they pay great. So hit up Perry Plumbing. Boom. Get you a job. Tell them I sent you, because then I get like a donut. Alrighty guys, well the boys from Perry Plumbing have been working hard the last 2 days getting this entire thing roughed in. Unfortunately I've been away, but I'll show you guys kind of the finished product here. We've got all of our washer dryer hookups completely plumbed in and finished. All of our water lines for our sink in the kitchen are in, as well as our drain. And then in the bathroom, we've got everything moved from where the old pedestal style sink was to where the new vanity is going to end up going. And then outside, I'll take a little peek through the window. We'll show you guys how all of the drain line runs out, follows all the way along, and ties into the old septic, which is gonna be swapped over to the new septic system. So huge thank you to the guys over at Perry Plumbing. If you guys are local and you need a plumber, hit them up. They have been absolutely awesome to me over the last, I don't even know, 10 plus years. But with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now, that way you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn.